What's up, Internet? I just wanted to share a video with you and give some commentary about it. I've been talking to my brother and my wife's uncle, like that makes him to me, my uncle-in-law, if you will. We've been talking about evolution versus theology, evolution versus creationism. Not particularly the Bible. That's what I believe in, is the Bible, but just creationism did something, whether you call it God of the Bible or just something. Trying to go step by step with them, if you will, to figure out the science and figure out how it just doesn't make any sense. Even to a simple-minded person, it just doesn't really make any sense if they think about it for just a little bit. So I just want to show this video real quick that I was sent. I can't remember who it's by, but it pretty much shows the evolutionary steps in some kind of order that they want you to see it in. So it's the same, 530 to 420 million years ago, our ancestors were all fish type of creatures. The fish type of creatures were loving to swim. They started having, instead of fins, they started growing arms. Then all of a sudden they were changing really fast, and they got teeth a little bit, it looks like. Teeth, and then these fins started turning into arms, and they had back fins, which fish still do have today. A lot of them do. They turned into feet. The tail ended up becoming useless. And this creature that had gills to begin with to breathe made a decision, apparently, to say heck with the water for whatever reason and get out of the water and come up on land. Now, in all fairness and all truth, there is an animal that would resemble this creature in real life. But the problem is that scientists have actually figured out that it was actually, if I'm not mistaken, a salamander, salamander that was gigantic salamander, and so they deemed it as bad science to have it being this evolutionary step thing, or the first land creature. That's what they tried to deem it as, the first land creature. And so they took that back and said, no, it's just actually a salamander. But the question I had is, okay, this thing decided to get out of the water for what reason? If it's in order to switch from having gills to having a trachea and having like a normal lung function like land animals do, evolution is it's a change out of necessity. So you have to change in order to survive. You have to change to make things easier. You have to change it's necessary steps of change because of your environment and your geographical placements and so on and so on. So this fish thing was a water creature and decided somehow had the necessity to grow legs. Why did it have the necessity to grow legs? Because I'm not sure if you've ever seen something that swims in the water that has legs, but from all recollection that I have, every single water animal that has legs moves a lot slower than any other type of animal in the water. Fish or whale, if it's a mammal or a fish, it moves a lot slower, whatever animal it is. Crustaceans move a lot slower, and so it's a little bit ridiculous to me that something would grow legs, which would give it a disadvantage in evolution, because it would move slower. It's a little bit shocking to me that that they say that it's evolution, but a thing that would have to make a effort after effort after effort. And how many ponds did this group of things get stuck in and die in little ponds before they figured out that they weren't supposed to be on land? Because we get fish that come up on land nowadays even, that they come up and they die. It can take too long. There is a type of fish, if I'm not mistaken, that can come up on land. It has legs actually, and it's I think it's like an African, some kind of deserty type of thing or whatever, a place where like it floods and all of a sudden it's just dry, and they will pack up, and they can't be out of the water for very long, but they'll pack up and walk out of the water through the mud, some kind of mud thing or whatever, but they pack up and they leave and they go to the next pond. Okay, I can understand that, but if it's created that way, but how does a fish make a choice to do something like that? Because what you would have to have is this fish that it has this necessary thing in order to keep from dying. That's a shame. It has to be able to walk from one pond to another. If it has to walk from one pond to another, fish don't figure that out, so their genes have to. But if that fish is dying because it's sitting in a pond, then it's not going to carry on those genes. So what information is being passed on if it's dead to the next generation? From everything that I know, none. No information to be passed on because it's dead. So the evolutionary theory just doesn't make any sense to me. The fish would have to make it's kind of like a callus, if you will, some kind of effort to keep getting better at breathing on land instead of breathing on land. It would never succeed at being good in one lifetime, 2 lifetimes, 3 lifetimes, 4 lifetimes. It would never succeed at being good at breathing on land. So if you guys have questions, comments, or anything, just leave them below, and I will keep watching this video and tell you what else I think about it.